Sorry, Tule and Alhan from The Fish in the Water. That doesn't happen very often. Congratulations with your film.
Thank you.
Welcome,
you.
welcome.
Thank you.
And if you could just tell us how you're connected to this film and then perhaps give us a synopsis. So, Tule first.
Yes, the film is about a young, talented boy. He's talented about swimming, but he's from a poor village and he aims to go to the university but cannot because of the financial reasons.
Yeah.
Then he's given an opportunity and a swimming coach finds him and offers him to come to join his team. This divides the family. They are not sure about if he's to go to the big city or not. Eventually, he goes there, leaving behind his first love and his family. But the big city is not very easy. So it's a success story, feel-good movie. This is the brief story of the film.
Okay, and what's your connection to it? I know the connection, but if you can explain how you're connected to the film.
I am the director and the writer of the film, and
Okay.
it's my first script and my first movie.
Don't be nervous, you're doing very well.
Yeah.
And Alhan, you're the lead actor in this, is that correct?
Yes.
And how did the role come about and how were you approached and what was the process for you winning the part of the film?
I couldn't understand good.
How did you come to win the role? How were you approached?
Okay. The first they sent me the scenario, and when I see the role, I believe that I can do a good job with this movie, and then we started to work together for this movie, and today we are here.
Okay, brilliantly done. So Tule, when you approached Alhan to do the film, did you think you were going to get him or not? Were you hopeful of getting him?
I'm not sure.
Or did you think we're never going to get him?
At first, I was very nervous about the real role because it's a huge role and it has a lot of scenes. So I was working on the cast for a long time and I was hopeless at one time. Then I met him. And he's like, this role is for me. I'm the Sefa,
Right.
and I can do that. And I was like, will he going to swim? Because there's the swim competitions and there are underwater scenes in
Are you a good swimmer?
No, not professional swimmer, but yeah.
But he's very good.
Because I mean,
No, but I'm okay.
I swim like a paving slab. I can't swim at all. Okay, so I just sink. But you're okay. You can look professional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well,
Thank you
thank
so much.
Okay. So yeah. So sorry, I interrupted. So this is your first as a director.
Not as a director, but
What?
as a film director, because I work for
No,
TV.
it's a feature director. I
Yes,
should say.
feature
Yeah.
director. It's my first film. I worked for TV for 20 years now, but to make a movie is very different than to work for television, for TV serials.
So Tule, why now and why this film? What persuaded you to say I want to do that?
First, I find the idea, and then I wrote the script, and the script waited for some time, for 2 years actually. Then I come to find the investors. So
is it a metaphor for certain parts of your society? Does that make sense?
Sorry?
Is it a metaphor, as in, is it meant to be a reflection of certain elements of your society?
Somehow, yes. But my first instinct was to make a feel-good movie. I remembered my childhood and how movies affected me.
Your dirty dancings and your, no. Only joking, only joking. I was joking.
Many of them.
I'm
and I was very fond of sports movies back then because it gives you the courage to never give up, to win something. I felt that way back then. So why don't I do something like that? And maybe I encourage some people, some young people in Turkey, maybe around the world, I don't know, to follow their instincts, do what they want. That's what my ambition was.
Now, I hope you don't mind me saying this, but when I speak to female filmmakers from America, from the UK, European, and they tell me that although it's changing, it's still very difficult for a female filmmaker to push through male barriers, because obviously it's very male dominated. So can you tell me, from your point of view, from the Turkish point of view, how difficult is it as a female filmmaker in your country?
It is also difficult in Turkey. It's because maybe first the producer needs to believe in you, and you cannot connect them because it's a male-dominated world. You cannot get in touch with them most of the time. You take a rendezvous or you go there, they just listen to you. Okay, we'll get back to you, and they go. I was very lucky that I have a very supportive producer from the very beginning, Alper. But in Turkey and around the world, I believe that female directors have to struggle more. The crew also is very different. They act differently.
Because you're a woman?
I am a woman and I am the director there, so I am on top of everyone there, and they're like, we don't take orders from a female.
Right, okay, so that's the difference, that they see, I'm choosing my words here, but they see you as inferior, or because you're not a man. I mean, I'm trying to get to how difficult it is as a female working, so.
When you're on set, you somehow get over these difficulties. You persuade people that I was lucky. I wrote the script, so and I found the money, and I'm the director. So they're like, so this is the director. Will do what she wants, but. It's for this film. When I work for TV serials, I have a lot of difficulties with the crew. Not the cast, but mostly the crew.
Similar problems?
Yeah.
What's
she like to work with? What's she like to work with?
It was so good.
Be honest.
Really. She's very kind and a very successful and intellectual director. And our communication was really good. In movies about all scans, so that was my chance actually, because sometimes it's hard to understand what you have to do in some scans, you know. So anytime when I ask her about something, I always took right answers. So that was so important for me, and that was so good for me. So I think that was the beginning of everything about this movie, I think.
And what's the difference between working in television and film? I know there's an obvious difference.
Yes.
For one thing, it's a feature. But can you give us an overarching difference? I mean, if you can give us a flavour of how much different it is to work in film.
It is easier working for film because you
it's
prepare.
Easier
because you prepare. You have time to prepare for the film. You shoot the film in your head first, but
I suppose with TV it's bang 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 bang.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have to. You have episodes and they are a week later, so you are running after the episode. So you have to make quick decisions in television, but not for the film. So I like movies better.
Okay, so have you worked in television as well?
Yes, I had some television series. I totally agree with Tülay about that. And I can say something else about this easier situation. For example, you have all scenario in movie.
Yeah.
So you know what you will do in all scans, you know, from beginning until the end of the movie. But it's not same in series. You don't know what you will act in next episode. So it's hard. And
how did you get into acting? How did that all happen? Where did it start? Where did your career start? How did it happen?
It's interesting story for me. I'm a civil engineer same time, maybe you know or not, I don't know.
I'm sorry, what's that?
Civil engineer, construction, you know.
Oh, steel engineer,
Yeah.
right, okay, right. Oh,
Yeah,
right,
same
okay.
time.
That's a big difference. Okay.
Yes, it's a bit different. I've started to act 7 years ago, television with a television series actually,
Yeah.
on my professional life about.
And you fell in
acting.
love with it,
Yes, of course.
basically.
So
You
much.
fell in love with it.
Yeah, so much. Because of that, I'm continuing to act still. And if you ask me how I started, actually it was a bit chance. But same time, I've started to act in theater club of my engineering university.
Right.
And then, sorry.
No, I'm listening. I'm saying okay.
I'm
yeah,
sorry. And then I started to act in a television series and continue with some advertising, and then we made this movie together. That was my first movie too, actually, and I'm really so proud with this movie.
Yeah. And would you like ever to be the other side of the camera? So you're in front, but what about working behind?
Yes, actually, I'm trying to write something. I can say the behind of camera. I think that.
Maybe.
Yeah, I can say, but something else. No.
No.
I like to act.
And
I will continue.
And what's the best part of this film? What was the thing that you remember most?
The best part.
Swimming.
Yeah, of course.
Good words as well.
It was really exciting and good for me. Really, I want to, but I think I won't forget how I was tired about acting the swimming scenes because it was
Nice
so
scenes.
hard. Yes, and the cold, it was cold and hard, and we were tired too much about that. But today we are here, and when I remember that, I'm really so proud and happy about that. And thanks her again in front of this camera and in front of you.
Thank you. And Tule, I know you managed to get investment, but even so, the struggle to make this in terms of, and you've got lots of experience to bring with you, but even so, was making this film, as rewarding as you hoped?
Rewarding as I hoped.
Yeah. Was the whole process? Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It was. First of all, I feel rewarded that I was able to make it come out of the pages, and it's now a movie. Everyone can watch it, and they have their feedbacks to me, which I like a lot.
Yeah, of course.
And I learned from the experience, so it's precious to me because
Of course, yeah.
First.
And how did you assemble the how did you assemble the crew? Were they from your television background, or was it all new crew?
It's from my television background and from the other people. They recommended me some people. They are professionals in their areas.
Yeah.
But I personally decided to work with the people I know, because with the people I know, we are quicker and we understand each other.
Yeah.
And we have limited time to shoot the film.
Yeah,
so
of course, yeah. And can you explain to me the night before you first shot? Okay, the night before, how are you feeling?
I was trembling like I am now.
Okay.
I was like,
And did you think, what on earth am I doing?
no, I don't think that. I was like, I will overcome this.
Good trembling, good nerves, yeah.
I always felt like that when I'm on set for the first time. But it's for a movie or a TV serial. I always felt like that because then it goes away with the first
As soon as you start
action.
shooting,
Yes.
Because when all is said and done, if there's a problem, they're not coming to him, they're coming to you, aren't they?
Yeah, most of the time.
And most of the time, because you're calling the shots, aren't you?
Uh-huh.
So it's hard for me to envisage being on a set or being outdoors or whatever, and you've got 20, 30, 40, 50 people all around you depending on you, and you're filming, and it must be a very, very difficult thing to achieve. I mean, it's a great thing to achieve, but and well done to you, but it must be hard. I'm trying to get an idea of how difficult it is to put all that together.
when you're in it, you don't feel it is difficult. You have some things to do, and you're like, I will do that and done this. Then you will you will come to a structure. You will finish the film eventually. I don't think about that a lot when I'm on set, but before the set, when
Yes.
I'm preparing for the set, I'm like, how will we do this? This is so difficult, or we have to get these barriers, and you know.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Of course. And did you encourage the actors
Yes, most
to,
all of them.
you know, I mean, for instance, if you were shooting a scene, would you say to the actors, look, I'm not sure about this, what do you think? Did you encourage them to have input into...
Yeah, I like it.
And how did that work? How did that work?
Sorry?
So,
How?
so for instance, you're on set and Tule may say to you, we're doing this scene, I'm not quite sure it's working how I would like. Do you have a suggestion? Were you encouraged to have input into the actual filmmaking process?
Senin katkılarından bahsediyorum.
Okay. Okay. I'm not sure about that actually. When I acted something from myself, I always told her, can I do that, or you know, something like that.
Yeah.
And after, of course, she told me, she gave me some advices and about something about character, and then we actually I can't say that I added something. Of course, I added something from my self and from my brain, but I think we did it together.
What's the worst part about being an actor? Not necessarily on this.
Worst
but
part.
What do you sort of do? You want to say? Oh,
I understand. I don't know. Okay, I can say that. The first day of acting, yes.
right. Okay.
Because I always, you know, you have something in your mind about character. You know what you will do in screen, but you are not ready to sometimes to do it. It's so exciting for me. So sometimes I don't know. You know, director will like or not. You know, you can't know that sometimes. So first day is the worst day for me, I think. I'm really so nervous about that generally. But after first day, I can be better with director, because I'm starting to understand her too, or him. So it will be better with time, I think.
Yeah. And what are you both working on right now? What's your next project?
We can say that to her. I don't know.
We are. I was very busy with this film.
Of
I
course.
have some ideas, and I enjoyed working with him a lot.
Right.
So when everything is over during the summertime, I will isolate myself and think of the ideas. I will put them on paper, and we'll begin a new journey.
I can say that that's my pleasure to work with her, of course.
Thank you.
Maybe in another film festival we can be together and here again. We will see.
Well done to both of you, and thank you so much for your
Thank
time.
you.
Wonderful to talk to you.
Bırak beni, ne yapıyorsun?
Burada bütün yollar bana çıkar, anladın mı? Duydun mu beni bana? Ayşe'ye söz keseceklermiş. Sıfat!
Her şeyi mahvettin. Beni mahvettin. Git buradan, git nereden geldiysen oraya dön, defol!
Ben o denize kocamı verdim. Kocamı verdim o denize. Oğlumu da ben vereceğim işte. Ben vereceğim.
Eğer önümüzdeki yarışlarda başarılı olamazsak takımı dağıtacaklar. O zaman benim buraya gelmemin hiçbir önemi kalmayacak.